Beautiful people, welcome to Plan Path Podcast, your choice of for book reviews and crucial conversations. It's good to be on the show. Okay, so you need to tell your friend, tell somebody to listen to Plan Path Podcast right now. Your choice of for book reviews and crucial conversations. You have to keep reading no matter how busy you are, and that's why we are here. We read books and then we review them for you. So share it on your WhatsApp status, your Instagram story. Tell everybody to always type Plan Path Podcast on their browser every time they want to listen to a book review. It's very, very important. So today, we have a book that we are reviewing today. It is called Rich Woman. Hallelujah. Rich woman. Rich mama. Rich sugar mommy. Okay, seriously, the name is Rich Woman, and it's a book on investing for women. It is by Kiyosaki. I guess you guys are familiar with Kiyosaki. Kiyosaki is the wife of Robert Kiyosaki that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the popular investment guru. So, yes, the book is written by Kiyosaki, and the tagline says, "Because I hate being told what to do." Rich Woman by Kiyosaki, and the tagline says, "Because I hate being told what to do." And for me, my own tagline is, because I don't want to be that woman that is known for always asking urgent 2K. You grab me. Yes, so stay with me on this book review today. Well, Kiyosaki, like I said earlier, she's Robert Kiyosaki's wife. And Robert Kiyosaki is the one that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the cash flow game, and a couple of books on investing, and they're just the investment guys, you understand. And then, besides being Robert's wife, while reading the book, I was able to trace back Kim's story, how she grew up, how she schooled in Hawaii with a couple of her girlfriends, and I feel that she's someone that's been able to do well for herself. She's walking the talk. She's an investment guru herself. She's an investor herself. She writes books, she speaks at events, and she generally just helps women to take charge of their financial life, you understand? So that is Mrs. Kiyosaki. Hallelujah. Okay, so like I said, because I don't want to be the woman that's always asking for urgent 2K. To be sincere with you, right, I'm still reading this book because this book is not just a one-off book I want to read in one sweep and just read at once. This book for me seems to be more of something I want to go back to tomorrow. You understand? Like, keep reading it. Like, it's more like a lifelong manual for me. Something I want to keep referring to. You understand? That's why, you understand, I'm not taking it too quickly. Even sometimes I read, at some point I go back again. I want it to sink. I want to reflect on them, and I want to make decisions, financial decisions, in light of what I'm reading from this book and some other resources I have at my disposal as well. So today I'll be sharing with you a couple of learning points from this book, and as we share together, I want you to reflect on them, and also just tell me what you think in the comments, you understand? Generally, just say what you feel in the comment about the book, you understand? Yeah, thank you. So firstly is that Kiyosaki says that you have to be completely honest with yourself, like continually honest with yourself. And in my notes here, I underlined continually, because there's a high tendency, right, to do it once and just leave it, because you would, at every point in time in our lives, we will be at different points in time. Like, we will be at different stages of our financial life, and different things will be happening per time. So it's important that every now and then, say maybe every month, every 3 months, you sit down with yourself as a woman and you tell yourself, babe, what's up with my money? What's up with my finances? And just have that conversation consistently. Don't shove it at the back burner. This, for me, if this is the only thing I'm able to do on this podcast today, I mean, I feel that we've been able to achieve a lot. Financial conversations is not something that we should hide from. We should shy away from as women. because there's a high tendency for, I will get to this later, right? But there's a high tendency for us as women to just say, no, we'll be fine. My husband will take care of me. Like, she did something, let me get to it. She did something and she wrote reasons women should take care of their finances, like take charge of their financial lives. And then the way she said it, she was like, what men and women, we live in the same economy, we live in the same world, and we live in, like, we are just on earth together, right? And basically they won't say interest rate is different for women from men, like, mostly, right? But the reasons we would invest as women will be slightly different from men. You understand? Like, for as a woman, reasons you have to keep being honest with yourself continually. For me, right, I don't even see anything bad in saying, oh my God, I'm in a very bad place now financially. I'm depending on my husband for money. I really have nothing going on for me. Or I'm a bad spender. Or just think of that thing that really defines you financially now. Just being honest and know that this is where you are. Like Yoruba people will say, if you know where you are now, it's easier for you to now take direction, like steps to go to where you want to be. But if you don't know where you are completely lost, babe, honestly. So yes, be continually honest with yourself. And why women need to take financial conversations very seriously, why we need to do that as women, let me read this from page 93. It says that the statistics about women and money are very startling. The following are US statistics, yet I find that for other countries throughout the world, these statistics are either very similar or are trending in the same direction. So let's look at these statistics together. Why we have to do Obirin Ronu. Woman, reflect, pause, think, seller, and take intentional actions based on what you are hearing today. Because 47% of women over the age of 50 are single, which means that they are financially responsible for themselves. Like, did you hear that? So it's very likely that at some point during your life, you'll be single and you have to take care of yourself. Maybe when you were young, maybe when your husband passes, maybe when your kids are no more in the house. At some point in your life as a woman, you'll be single and you won't have a lover or anybody to take care of you. Maybe your parents have even passed. So there will be that point in time where you to be only you and your 2 years, only you and you alone and your decisions. So investments and financial development for women is something that has to be taken very serious by us. Secondly, is that 50% of marriages end in divorce. So, and because of that, and a lot of times, women are the ones that hold the children. So when women have to hold the children, you know what that means, right? Even if the man is supporting you financially, you will still have to bear some financial burdens on your own. While I'm not saying that your marriage will end in divorce, but what if your husband passes? What if something just happens at any point in time? Your husband isn't able to work or something, or you guys have to live apart for some time, maybe due to schooling, relocation or something. Stuff can just happen. This is life. Life is fickle. So you got to just prepare for it. Prepare for the worst, right? Worst case scenario, prepare for it. But then you pray for the best. You understand? Always be ready. Always be guided. Like one of my friends would say. So another reason women have to take financial conversations really seriously is because women's retirement income is less than that of men. Because a woman is away from workforce for an average of 14.7 years as compared to 1.6 years for men. Women are typically the primary caretaker of the home. This, along with lower salaries, adds up to retirement benefit that are only about 1/4 of those of men. This is from the National Center for Women and Retirement Research, America, I guess, of course. Okay, so the thing is that because women have to stay away from work, menstrual cramps, menstrual pains, childbirth, maybe even if parents are sick. I realize that when a parent has male children, right? Male children, female children. The female children are more likely to leave their work and their family to even take care of their parents. So it just puts women at that point in their lives where at the end of the time that they are retiring off work officially, women are less likely to have a good retirement plan. You understand? Money to come in at retirement. So this is another reason, as women, we have to pay attention to our finances. So another statistic says that as of 2000, as of the year 2000, women are expected to live for an average of 7 to 10 years longer than men, which means that for those years that maybe one spouse is gone, you have to take care of yourself as a woman. And then it now says that the average female born between 1948 and 1964 may likely remain in the workplace until she's at least 74 years of age due to inadequate financial savings and pensions coverage. You understand? And then it now also says that of all the elderly people living in poverty in the world, 3 out of 4 of them are women. So there are more women that are elderly that are living in poverty compared to men. Those are reasons that as a young woman or as a middle-aged woman listening to this, or as a teenage girl, you're listening to this with your teenage daughter, you have to wake up, like stand up and say, you know what, I'm no longer going to just depend on my husband. Or sometimes what we do as women, because we could be very emotional, we are not thinking logically, we just feel that we'll be fine, we'll be good. Yes, have faith, right? But faith without work is dead. You have to pay attention to your money. You understand me? Yes, please. So please, it's very important for us as women. Another statistics say that 80% of women were not poor when their husbands were alive. So 80% of women, is very likely that their what they call it, their lifestyle, their life standard of living will drop when their husbands die. And that is so sad, because they say 80% of women, once there's no man in the picture again, their standard of living drops. And that is quite true, really. I really have to agree, because half of we women now, right, let's say there's no man in the picture, will you still be able to afford your wigs? Will you be able to afford your salon visits every 2 weeks that you do, or every month that you do? Will you still be able to live the life that you're living if there's no man in the picture? So this is one unpopular opinion that I have, right, is that when women give birth, so when women marry, they now say that, oh, she's not looking as radiant as she used to look when she was single. I bet to disagree sometimes, because people make it look like, oh, the kids, they are the one, or the husband. Hello, what really happened a lot of times, right, is that this woman used to get money from guys, like maybe boyfriend, guys that are toasting her and all of that are triking her, and they're asking her out, that's another way to say. So she used to maybe get money, maybe urgent 10k every month from like 5 guys, and that's like extra 50k to her income. So now she's married, and the guys know she's married. Some of them even came for the wedding. She cannot go and ask for those guys for money, and then she cannot afford the extra cream and everything again. So it's not really like marriage actually happened to her or anything. It's the fact that she couldn't get money, finances from those other extra illegitimate people, and then now she now has to just live with what she earns legitimately, maybe what her husband gives her, and she may not have money for the extra shoes bag and everything. Like I was talking with someone, I think today or yesterday, and she was like, I said I wanted to get a MacBook for myself, that I'm praying that very soon I'll be able to afford a MacBook, and I'm really working towards it. I pray that God blesses me. We're just talking. She just said I should quickly buy it before the kids come, because when kids come, I won't be able to buy. I'm like, I know that part of sacrificing for your kids and everything, but I really pray that I won't be in that financial situation. I'll be able to actually afford it by God's grace. I'm working towards it. I'm praying. I pray I'm able to afford it and live a good life. I mean, people marry, and actually, it doesn't have to be bad. You understand? That's why we're having conversations like this, that you're able to arrange your finances well, and that even when the kids come, you understand, you're able to do well for yourself. You understand? I hope you are following my gist. Remember that we are reviewing the book The Rich Woman by Kiyosaki. The tagline says, an investment book for women, because I don't like to be told what to do, and for me, because I don't want to be that woman that is asking for urgent 2k from guys. Amen. So I wanted to also say something about women's finances. About women's finances. Oh God, it just came, it popped into my head and then it popped out. It's gonna pop back again. You understand? Yes, what I wanted to say is that, so I see, and this is an important thing to address here. I see a lot of women, they say, when I get married, they say when they got married, they had kids, things, they had to stop their work, things happened, one thing. And I absolutely disagree. So the thing is that you as a woman now, you're a career woman, you are praying to get married though, you understand? And then you are not preparing for that marriage. So if having kids is part of your plan, sister, you may have to start adjusting your career to ensure that it accommodates maybe remote work, maybe you not being physically present at your office, at your job, at your business, such that you can take care of your children and still earn money. Because it's just, parenting is one funny subject to me. People pray for kids and don't prepare for them. So really, somehow, as much as I empathize with people, I still feel somehow there's a lack of planning elements in all of this. You knew you were going to have kids at some point in your life. So can you readjust your career? If you're an educator and you were going to 9 to 5 school, can you readjust to make you do other things in education, not necessarily a 9 to 5? Like, I know somebody that she used to teach like in eyebrow schools, you understand, before she got married, and she was really doing well for herself as an educator. So what she and her husband decided to do is that she would change her job once the kids start coming, to a school, to like an okay school, you understand, like maybe a C level or a B level school instead of an A level school where she was teaching, you understand, such that she'll be closer to the house. And then, she can now go to school with the kids. The kids can attend the school that she's working in, and then they will get, usually most schools, private schools, do percentage for teachers, you understand. I think for them, they even have 50% of the children's school fees, you understand. So that is a plan that she and her then fiance, her then boyfriend, had for the kids before the kids came. And that worked absolutely well for them. So in your own field, you're an HR person, maybe you need to start thinking about having a recruitment company that you can work from home. You can mostly recruit for people from home, or having a structure that even if you go once a week, twice a week, the business still runs. You have a system of, you just have to build a system as a woman, because the truth of the matter is, all these statistics that we've read did not put into consideration that we had kids, or we are going to take time off to take care of the kids. They are saying that when marriages break, the man will not even remember that you did all of that for the kids. Or when reality strikes that you're not able to afford things for yourself, and you don't feel good because you're wearing old panties, old clothes, and you really can't afford things. It's really saddening. I understand the way things could be, you understand, but as much as we pray, we need to really strategize our lives in such a way that these things are a reality, you understand. It's not rocket science. It's really preparing for it. I know Tony Olimelu's wife has Avon Healthcare. I hope that is the name, if I remember vividly. She's got her kids, but one time I heard her saying something about actually planning for the kids and putting a structure in place such that as she does motherhood, she understands she's able to also still be in the, maybe not exactly what she would have done if she didn't have kids, but at least it's not so bad that she's losing herself in motherhood. So I've given you an example of Tony Elumelu's wife. I've forgotten her name now, Mrs. Elumelu. And I've now given you an example of someone that is just a classroom teacher in a school. How she was able to plan and adjust herself so that she's still on the field, she's still working, but she has adjusted her career to fit in for her kids. That's something that we may have to start intentionally doing now as women. So say, when these kids come, even if you're not married now, just have it somewhere in your plans. When the kids come, these are the adjustments I would make to my career. Money still comes in. I still do my work. I have time for motherhood. And I have a structure in place that helps. I know somebody that before she traveled to the UK, her child was like maybe 2 years old or something. She said since she got pregnant, she never went to the market. because she knows she doesn't have time for the market. Good enough, our office is close to her house, so she can take a walk to the office, you understand. So what she does is that she plans herself within the estate, you understand. She has someone that goes to myself for her and they buy all the things and deliver it. She has someone that comes to cook that comes to assist her on the day she cooks, and then at least that food is sorted out. She's not going to the market. It's exhausting. So that time, money, although she's paying extra money here and there for those services, but that's a structure that she uses for herself. You understand? I don't think she had anybody that could take her baby from her when she's busy. She just had a way to, you understand, make sure that she's taking care of her child. Food is sorted in a way. She had two timetables in her house, you understand, for feeding. You understand? She planned herself that way. Money comes in and she still has a way of doing her stuff well. So those are things as ladies now. Don't just say 9 to 5, make all the money. Yes, very good, very nice, empower women. But as a wise woman, you understand, you need to plan. Even that Proverbs 31 woman, she is planning for her business. She's planning in advance. So those are thoughts that I would like us to take away from this book. Please, very, very important. We have said a lot. So there are a couple of things too. The next thing, major milestone. You remember the first thing we said is being continually honest with yourself. And we went on to give different examples on how we need to be honest with ourselves and plan for a financial life. You understand? Second thing I'd like to say is review your financial goals consistently. Very importantly, where am I at the moment? What's my goal in the next 139 days of 2023? What are my goals? What do I want to do? Review it and work towards it. And sometimes I say, don't make the goals too long. Don't make it 1 year. Make it 1 month, so that every day you can work, you can do something towards that your bottom line. You understand? And these are like general things that I would like to say before the specific instructions come, because this groundwork, like Pastor Poju will say, this groundwork, you understand, are really the big work. The other things, when you now start doing the specifics, it's easier because you've done your groundwork. Thirdly, is that one defining thing that Kim Kiyosaki said in this book that I really doff my heart for her is the fact that she was like, a business can be for a purpose. And I just thoroughly agree with that. A business can be for a purpose. So sometimes we start business and just make it look like it's going to be forever. She said in page 63 that when she started, her first business that she started with Kim Kiyosaki, they were trying to just start that business so that they could fund their lives before they start the next business they want to do. You understand? So maybe you are in between a project or something. Just say, okay, now this business I'm doing, I want to do it so that I'll be able to save, let's say, 3 million naira, and then use that 3 million naira for so thing. You understand? That's the purpose of the business. It doesn't have to be lifelong. You understand? Like, I have a writing outfit I'm doing, and it may not necessarily be a lifelong thing I will do or I'll be doing myself. I just have a goal and say, this business, the money that comes from this business, I want to be able to use it to maybe feed myself, for instance. Inflation is crazy, right? Things are quite expensive. I say, okay, that money is for feeding myself and to take care of some bills that come up. You understand? And maybe money from planned parts will now be for strategic decision making. You understand? Like, a business can be for a purpose and say, this is what I want to use the income from this business to do. Or I just want to do this business for 2 years. I know people that have sold Zobo, sold Kunu, sold smoothies for just a couple of years. And they're saying that, you know what? Okay, as I'm working in this business, so in this organization, I know we need water, we need Kunu. I would always put a cooler in my car that has ice drinks, ice Kunu, ice this, and bring it into the office during break and sell it to people. That business can just be for the meantime while you're in the office, to be able to maybe use it for your fuel. I know there are people that I've heard of people that maybe they live in Mowe, they live far from town. Let's say you live in, what they call it, let's say you work in London and you're in Croydon, for instance, you understand. Or let's say you work in Toronto and you are living in Old Toronto. How do they call that place? Yano Toronto. God forgive me. So maybe you live far away from work and you just say, you know what? I want to pick people in my car and do a carpooling with them, and the money they give me I'll be using to sort my fuel and car maintenance. That's a business you're doing, and that's the purpose of the business. So a business can be for a purpose. That's very important. So when we open business, it's also important to know the purpose we are opening our businesses, so that it helps us to make certain decisions with it. You understand? It just helps our decision making. I thought to mention that. Let me drink water. I've been talking for about 25 minutes straight up. Water is life. I hope you drink water too, Sha. Water is good. It helps your brain. It just helps you, and you'll not be looking thirsty. You won't be looking parched. Let me sound like Oyinbo. Okay. Interesting. So, last two things I would like to mention before we leave here today. Remember that we are doing a book review of the book Rich Woman by Kiyosaki, and the tagline says that because I hate being told what to do. There are too many women in abusive relationships. There are too many women in offices that they are valuing their paycheck more than their self-esteem because of money. Money is very important. I don't think it's not important. So that's the tagline that Kiyosaki used. But for me, the tagline is, because I don't want to be that woman that's always asking for urgent 2K from men, from anybody. That's why I'm reading this book. You understand me? So you need to listen to this podcast and tell us your comments. Just tell us your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what you think generally in the comments you grab. Tell us your thoughts. Share with your friends too. Very, very important. So there's a cash flow quadrant. Maybe at another time we'll talk more about this. It's called ESBI. Are you an employee? Like, are you currently working with someone? Are you self-employed? That means you're working in a business that is your own, or you're a business owner and an investor. Let me quickly clarify that the difference between a self-employed and a business owner is that a self-employed person works in a business, and that business cannot function without her or him. The person always has to be there, cannot really go on vacation. But a business owner has a structure, you understand, that works in his or her absence. And in the spirit of being continually honest to myself, I know I'm not yet a business owner. I'm just self-employed. I'm working in a business that I'm actively working in. You understand? And at least it helps me to know how to move from there. So where are you? Are you an employee? Are you self-employed? Or are you a business owner? Can your business run without you? Or you are an investor? Please, that's something that you really need to know for yourself. Lastly is, let's diffuse the myth of financial independence. Because a lot of people feel that when you say financial independence, it means that you are not working, or that you have a business, or you are just sitting by the beach of Ikoyi, beaches of Togo, beaches of California, and beaches of Toronto, or you are in Paris and you are not doing anything. That is not what it means to be financially independent or to be retired. So what financial independence means, according to this book, is that you have enough passive income coming in from your investment every month, such that you can take care of yourself. And if you decide not to work, you can be fine. That's what it means to be financially independent. That thing of you're not working to survive, you're just working because you have a purpose, you have a lifelong purpose you are working on, you have a goal you want to meet. You're just working for the goal of working. You understand? To enjoy your work, to impact people, not because that Sakpa will catch you if you do not work. You understand? So that's what it means to be financially independent. Let me say it again before I leave. To be financially independent means to have enough passive income coming in from your investment monthly, such that you can choose not to work if you decide not to. You understand? Very, very nice. So this is Plan Path Podcast. I don't want this thing to pass 30 minutes. So let's just finish. Let's close up. And from your comments, we'll decide if we should have another episode from this book. This book review of the book Rich Woman by Kiyosaki. And the tagline says, because I hate being told what to do. And for me, the tagline is, because I don't want to be that woman that is always asking for urgent 2K. You understand me? So shout out, my name is Tosin. It's nice to be here. Thank you, Wande, for sending me this book. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Remember to share with your friends. Tell them to always type Plan Path Podcast on their browser every time they want to listen. Take care. Deuces.